After I read the first book, it was like seeing the world for what it really was. My name is Darren Moeller. I'm 32, and I believe that Laura Engdahl's series of teen books, Home Sweet High School, from 1960 to 1993, has and will continue to predict future events with startling accuracy. 1960, The Queen and the Quarterback. It tells the story of Trina's not-so-popular friend Karen being inspired by a speech from the class president to run for prom queen. Now, the class president, that's Kennedy. Karen, James Meredith. The prom queen, the University of Mississippi. The inciting incident of the Civil Rights Movement happened the very next year in 1961. Well, I was a junior high school history teacher up until about 5 years ago.
And have you worked since?
No. 1971, The Princess and the PE. Now, the effeminate gym teacher, Mr. Bell, gets pushed into the punch bowl at the spring fling dance for nosing into the kids' business. Now, that's a tenable relationship to J. Edgar Hoover. The spring fling dance takes place May 2nd, 5-2. Trina's locker combination, 5-2-72. Now, locker combinations don't go up as high as 72, so why here? 5-2-72, May 2nd, 1972, the same day J. Edgar Hoover drops dead from a heart attack. It's not rocket science, people.
Hi, I'm Jill.
Oh, Jill? She's my wife. She's my prom queen. I love her like crazy.
I don't know what to do. On his worst days, he will refer to me as characters from the book. If I'm kind, I'm Trisha. If I'm bitchy, I'm Devon. And if I'm overbearing, I'm Mrs. Flanagan.
Engdahl herself is a pretty secretive woman. Sure, she does the book signings, the press junkets. She'll answer calls politely regardless of the hour, but I don't know, there's always this hedging, this denial.
I think that he's a very sweet man. I hope that he gets the help that he needs.
Well, she never told me to leave her alone per se. Engdahl's great-great-grandfather was a Mason, probably. And there's a lot of Masonic imagery in her books, like Gretchen is the hall monitor. She's a constant presence throughout the series, always watching like an all-seeing eye. In fact, Three Boy Weekend, 1986, Gretchen couldn't make it to the exclusive secret makeout party because she'd be receiving the All-State Educators Award that weekend. All-State Educators, ASE, all-seeing eye. And then in 1988...
2006, Darren gets reprimanded for reading these books aloud in class instead of the set curriculum. 2007, he snaps at a girl because he confuses her with Devon in the books.
In 1981, Engdahl released Missing Mascot Mayhem on Penny Press. Chapter 13, page 127. And in the end, when they found the head of the West End woodchuck costume in his locker, when they led Mark Forster away to the principal's office, Dora cracked a little smile and put her finger to her mouth as if to shush me. Turns out, dim Dora wasn't so dim after all. 1986, Reagan is cleared of all charges in the Iran-Contra scandal by putting on a believable air of ignorance. Reagan is dim Dora. Mark Forster was the starting quarterback on the varsity team, just like Ollie North, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps. Dora's BFF Trixie was sent home with bronchitis before the search could go down, just like William Casey inexplicably falling ill before he could be called to testify. And Corey got off scot-free, even though he was the backup quarterback. He was better liked among the students and could do 600 sit-ups in one sitting. 600 sit-ups, the 600-ship Navy. Clearly, he is Cap Weinberger.
What's going on with your dad?
My mom says I'm not supposed to talk about his problem.
I can't be responsible anymore. You're not going to use this, are you?
No.
All right, good. I better not see this on Facebook or the outtakes or something like that.
It's a little sketchy.
No, you're not looking at it the right way if you're thinking, if you're...
Has it ever occurred to you that you might be wrong? I just don't understand why you'd give up your life for a few historical coincidences.
They're not just historical coincidences. It's the future. Graduation is the last book in the series, and it's got one of the strongest, densest metaphors I have seen in her work thus far. She introduces the character Chester. He's from another school in another part of town, and he just starts ruining everything. He breaks up Jeff and Lisa. He makes Tina cry at the bake sale. Look, he comes in and he just steamrolls everything. And, you know, I don't even think he knows he's doing it half the time. It could be some kind of backhanded slam on U.S. foreign policy. He could be the housing bubble. He could be North Korea, some kind of impending something bigger.
So what happens at the end of the story?
Oh, well, everything turns out okay. Everybody gets back together. They head off to college. It's just that issue with Chester.
Well, what about Chester? What happens to him?
Well, he gets what's coming to him. But I guess I'm still figuring that one out.